Or imagine being declared clinically dead, only to come back and tell stories of seeing bright lights, meeting loved ones who've passed, or even traveling to another realm. These experiences are not just rare occurrences, but have been reported by people from all walks of life across different cultures and religions. In this video, we're diving deep into NDEs, what science says, what people have experienced, what theories might explain this strange phenomenon, and what's happening during those moments when the body shuts down. We'll explore the latest research, hear first-hand accounts, and delve into the spiritual and philosophical implications of these experiences. Stick around, we'll challenge your perceptions, ignite your curiosity, and perhaps, by the end of this journey, you'll find yourself questioning everything you thought you knew about life and death. A near-death experience, or NDE, is a profound, often life-changing event that occurs when a person is clinically dead or close to death, whether from a heart attack, accident, or some other traumatic event. These experiences can be incredibly vivid and often follow a similar pattern. For some, these experiences start with a feeling of peace and detachment from the body, often described as floating above it. Many report moving through a tunnel toward a bright light, a sensation that is both comforting and awe-inspiring. Some encounter deceased loved ones or ethereal figures, and others describe meeting a higher power or experiencing a life review. But how common are these experiences? Studies show that around 5 to 10% of people who have had a close brush with death report having an NDE. Researchers have conducted numerous studies, interviewing patients and analyzing data to understand the prevalence and nature of NDEs. That might not sound like much, but when you consider how many people face life-threatening situations each year, it means millions of people globally have likely had these experiences. These accounts come from people of all ages, cultures, and backgrounds, suggesting that NDEs are a universal phenomenon. Despite the commonalities, each NDE is unique, deeply personal, and often leaves a lasting impact on those who experience it. The typical near-death experience, or NDE, has a few key features that many people report. But it's important to remember that each one is unique to the individual experiencing it. These experiences can vary widely in detail and intensity, but they often share some common elements that make them recognizable. The most common experiences include a range of sensations and visions that can be both profound and transformative. 1. A sense of peace or calm. People often report feeling a sudden release from pain, anxiety, or fear, replaced with a profound sense of peace and well-being. This feeling is often described as an overwhelming sense of tranquility that envelops the person, making them feel safe and secure. In fact, many describe it as feeling at home. This sensation can be so powerful that it changes their perspective on life and death, giving them a newfound appreciation for the present moment and the people around them. 2. An out-of-body experience, or OBE. The person feels as if they are floating outside of their physical body, watching doctors and nurses work on them. This phenomenon can be incredibly vivid, with individuals often recalling specific details about the medical procedures being performed on them, details they couldn't have known otherwise. Sometimes even recalling specific details about what was happening around them. These details can include conversations between medical staff, the layout of the room, or even the appearance of medical instruments, all seen from a perspective outside their own body. 3. The tunnel and light. A bright, welcoming light is often described, with the person feeling drawn toward it. This light is often perceived as warm and inviting, creating a sense of comfort and safety as the person moves towards it. Some compare it to a tunnel or passage, others a doorway to another realm. This imagery can be incredibly vivid, with some people describing intricate details of the tunnel or passage, such as its texture, color, and even sounds they hear as they move through it. 4. A life review. Many report experiencing a review of their life, often in the form of vivid flashbacks. This life review can be incredibly detailed, with individuals seeing and feeling moments from their past, as if they were happening all over again, sometimes with a feeling of deep insight into their actions and choices. This review can provide a profound sense of understanding and clarity about their life's purpose and the impact of their actions on others. 5. Meeting deceased loved ones or religious figures, a powerful and comforting experience where people encounter family members or spiritual beings. These encounters can be incredibly emotional, providing a sense of reunion and closure with loved ones who have passed away. Some even describe encountering religious figures like Jesus or angels guiding them toward the light. These figures are often described as radiant and full of love, offering guidance and reassurance during the experience. I saw my mother who passed away years ago. She was smiling at me and I just knew everything was going to be okay. This encounter provided a deep sense of peace and reassurance, reinforcing the feeling that they were not alone and that there was something beyond this life. Before we dive deeper into the fascinating world of near-death experiences, we want to take a moment to remind you to stay connected with us. If you're enjoying this content and want to see more videos exploring intriguing topics like NDEs, psychology, philosophy, and/or science and technology, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. This way you'll never miss an update from our channel. Also, if you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us to continue creating high-quality content that sparks curiosity and encourages meaningful discussions. And now, let's move on to our next chapter, where we delve into the age-old debate, science versus spirituality, and understanding near-death experiences, and being a part of our community. So what's really happening during a near-death experience? This question has intrigued both scientists and spiritual seekers for centuries. Near-death experiences, or NDEs, are reported by people who have come close to death or have been clinically dead and then revived. These experiences often include sensations of floating outside one's body, moving through a tunnel, and encountering a bright light or otherworldly beings. Scientists have been studying these experiences for decades, but the answers are still elusive. Despite numerous studies and advanced technology, the scientific community has yet to reach a consensus on what exactly causes NDEs. Are they purely biological phenomena, or do they hint at something more profound? Let's look at a few theories. First, the brain theory. This theory posits that NDEs are the result of the brain's activity during moments of extreme stress or trauma. When the body is in a critical state, the brain may produce vivid and unusual experiences as a coping mechanism. Some researchers argue that NDEs are the result of the brain shutting down during extreme stress. In these moments, the brain might generate a series of images and sensations as it struggles to maintain consciousness. This could explain the common elements of NDEs, such as the sensation of leaving one's body or seeing a bright light. When the brain is deprived of oxygen, a condition known as hypoxia, it can create hallucinations, bright lights, out-of-body sensations, and even life reviews. Hypoxia can severely impact brain function, leading to a range of sensory experiences that are often reported during NDEs. Some studies have suggested that the tunnel sensation could be a visual effect caused by reduced blood flow to the visual cortex. This part of the brain is responsible for processing visual information, and when it is deprived of oxygen, it may produce the tunnel-like vision that many people describe. Next, the DMT theory. Another theory suggests that NDEs may be linked to a natural chemical in the brain called dimethyltryptamine, or DMT. DMT is a powerful hallucinogen that is found in small amounts in the human brain and is also present in various plants and animals. This powerful neurotransmitter, which is present in small amounts in the body, is sometimes referred to as the spirit molecule because it's also found in many psychedelic substances. DMT is known to produce intense dreamlike experiences which can include vivid imagery and a sense of otherworldly presence. Some believe that DMT is released at the time of death, creating vivid, surreal experiences that mirror the sensations described in NDEs. This release of DMT could potentially explain the profound and often spiritual nature of these experiences. And finally, the consciousness theory. This theory delves into the realm of spirituality and metaphysics, suggesting that NDEs might be evidence of a consciousness that exists independently of the physical body. On the more spiritual side, some believe NDEs could be evidence of a consciousness existing independently of the body. Proponents of this theory argue that our minds or souls are not merely products of our brains, but a part of a greater universal consciousness that continues after death. This theory proposes that our minds or souls are not merely products of our brains, but a part of a greater universal consciousness that continues after death. This idea resonates with many spiritual traditions and philosophies, which suggest that life is a journey of the soul and that death is not an end but a transition to another state of being. Whether through scientific inquiry or spiritual exploration, the quest to understand NDEs continues to captivate and challenge our understanding of life and death. So what do you think? Could near-death experiences be the key to unlocking the mysteries of our existence? While the scientific community is divided on the cause of NDEs, there have been some significant studies. In 2001, Dr. Pim van Lommel, a Dutch cardiologist, conducted one of the largest studies on NDEs, looking at 344 cardiac arrest patients who survived. He found that nearly 18% of them reported having an NDE. What's more fascinating is that many of these people provided verifiable details about what happened during their clinical death, even describing things they couldn't have known about otherwise. In one case, a woman who was blind from birth described seeing an elaborate scene during her NDE, something she had never seen in her life. This has prompted some to question whether consciousness is tied to the physical brain at all. Another significant study was conducted by Dr. Sam Parnia, who examined over 2,000 cardiac arrest cases across 15 hospitals. His research found that around 40% of survivors reported some form of awareness during their resuscitation. These experiences often included seeing bright lights, feeling a sense of peace, or even observing their own resuscitation from above. Studies using EEGs have shown that brain activity can continue for a short period after clinical death, but this doesn't fully explain the detailed and vivid experiences reported. The debate continues, with some scientists suggesting that NDEs are a result of brain chemistry, while others believe they point to something beyond our current understanding of consciousness. Beyond the scientific explanations, there's the philosophical question: what does an NDE mean for our understanding of life and death? Some people who've experienced NDEs claim that it transformed their lives. After the experience, they often feel a deeper sense of purpose, a greater connection to others, and a reduced fear of death. In fact, many report that after an NDE, their outlook on life becomes more compassionate and less materialistic. Could it be that the NDE offers us a glimpse into what comes after death, or is it simply a neurological event that has no deeper meaning? Philosophers like Immanuel Kant argued that our experiences are filtered through the lens of our minds, meaning what we perceive as reality might be far from the true nature of existence. Could the NDE be a glimpse into another reality, one we can only access in moments of extreme stress or death? The mystery of near-death experiences is far from being solved. Whether they are the brain's last-ditch effort to process trauma, a chemical reaction, or a spiritual journey, NDEs continue to challenge our understanding of life, death, and consciousness itself. What do you think? Are NDEs a window into the afterlife, or just a biological phenomenon? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-bending content about the mysteries of the mind and beyond. Until next time, stay curious. Later.